Hey everybody, welcome back to Cuddles R Us. Today we're going to be talking about a spicy mystery in Dune Awakening. Players are just vanishing off the face of Arrakis. Is it tax evasion? Is it a deep desert retreat? Or just in case of just logging off and never really coming back? But the bases are piling up like sandworm bait. So let's talk about what we can do to make sure your base doesn't fall victim to this. So let's dive in. All right. One of the first things that you're going to want to do before going MIA and is stashing all your valuables. And here's a couple of smart ways of pulling this off. First, we're going to want to head over to the exchange vendor, whether it be an Arrakis or Hyrko Village. This guy's going to be your new best friend. Now, there's a couple of main ways of using him. Is one, you're going to want to bank all your Solari. You're going to want to make sure that he has all of your Solari from your base, from your inventory, everything just put inside. And this base will stay safe for you no matter what you do. Okay, you never have to worry about it. The other option that you have is actually storing some of your spice melange or some of your plastinium ingots. Now, I wouldn't recommend plastinium ingots just due to the fact of the weight that they have. You will be eating up the 1,500 carry weight that the bank has. All right. Instead, we may want to be using a different form. Okay. So when talking about a different form, all right, we can use the exchange. Okay. Now, the exchange will allow you to list items for sale, and you can store up to 20 items. So take your plastinium ingots that weigh, a lot. You can go ahead, you can put them in here, make them for a little bit higher price. So then that way, when you come back, they will be there. Or if they sold, well, you can make an extra little bit of Solari and probably be cheaper when you come back. Now, with that said, we're also going to be using the Assault Ornithopter. Now, the Assault Ornithopter is also going to have 1,000 carry weight to it, which we're going to make sure that we bring that with us to Arrakis before we log out. We're also going to make sure that we're going to have a Scout Ornithopter in our vehicle backup tool. So then that way, when you come back to Arrakis, you'll be able to take it on and you'll have a Assault Ornithopter and a Scout Ornithopter ready to rock and roll just so you can get up and moving again and reclaim Arrakis. All right, so maybe you're trying to start over with all of your stuff available. Like you don't have enough storage space in the exchange or in your bank, and you want to make sure that you have everything when you come back. Well, this is where things get a little spicy, and I'm going to show you how. So right now, right, we got a storm coming through our sector, and we're not taking any damage. So first off, what we're going to need to do to make sure that our base stays 100% safe is find out where to go so the storms don't affect the building or damage it in any way. So right now you can see that I'm standing in a sandstorm and I'm taking 0 damage. So what I like to do is I built a base inside the Haga Rift. Now the Haga Rift, you're protected and you're 100% enclosed. Okay, so nothing's going to damage you here. Your walls won't get damaged. Okay. So your walls, are perfect, essentially. I don't know why they do that, but your wall is 100% perfect. You're sitting here, not taking any damage. So this is one of the big things that Dune Awakening has that could potentially take down your base is the storm. Okay, that's what's meant to remove your base from the Haga Basin in general for when people go long terms offline. So this is how we're going to get around that. All right, first off, we're going to start building a base here. Okay, we don't need any power. We don't need anything. The only things that we're going to need is a subfee console and storage. That's it. We're going to break down everything else into basic components and make sure we're not harvesting, like doing raw components. We're going to make sure that we have all of our components in this base in these boxes. All right, you can fill these boxes as much as you like. You can store your ornithopters upstairs wherever you like, however you want to build your base. You can put sandcrawlers on the wall or buggies on the wall to give you additional storage, because the vehicle storage, they do provide you with 7,500 weight for the sandcrawler, and all you need to have is the chassis and the centrifuge. Okay, and then you can just put anything inside there that you want. You can also do it with a buggy. All right. And the Mark 6 buggy boot will actually give you 3,000 carry weight or 3,000 weight. The bigger buggy boot gives you 2,750. So these are good storage options, especially when you're looking at like the large storage container that takes plastinium to make. Will net you what, 3,500. So these are a couple of factors that you may want to look at. Maybe you just want to put a whole bunch of buggies on the wall. That's up to you. I'm just letting you know that it is perfectly safe to build a tax-free haven, not doing anything before you go offline to make sure all of your stuff stays safe. Okay, so also a little side note here. You do want to make sure that you're going to be using the Atreides walls or the Harkonnen walls, depending on, which one you guys like the most. But you mostly want to use those because it's going to give you a lot more health on your walls, just in case it does start to degrade. That's it. It could be feasible, but I can't be 100% certain. So look at the pinned comment. All right, pack rats, that's going to wrap it up for today. If you're planning your great escape, building a tax-free vault, or even stashing loot like a desert rat like myself, hopefully this gives you some new ideas. But please don't forget to like, subscribe, drop a comment down below of any sneaky storage tricks of your own. It does help the channel grow. With that said, stay safe out there, and I will see you guys on Arrakis, and stay thirsty, my friends.